and be immortalized.
IAW. Time to keep the festivities going here. Let's send things over to public address announcer Jamie Coffey.
On the court, when I asked about what's special with their relationship, they said, we've done a lot of winning together, and they are right. Their record on the floor, 118-5 when they played.
Championship game loss was something she herself carried with her all year long as her friend. How about the seniors today tying a record, just the third time ever. On the drive, tiptoes, with Okada on her on the switch. Betts gets the deep catch, and banks it in. Late in the season, Johnson can't lay it in. Raven Johnson comes up with it. Another chance for South Carolina, and Okada passes, knocked that away.
This is the versatility of Joyce Edwards as your four player, bringing the ball down the floor, creating for herself, will also create for team. Is meet them up the lane, try to prevent them from getting low position on the block.
Ledger Walker splash on a little mid-range. Nice. D.P. Rice, another one of those seniors. Hawkes lobbing it in. Betts, the catch and the finish. Good start here for the Bruins. A 6-2 lead. Latson nearly lost it. Weaving, taking, can't hit. In this tournament's history, to have multiple games in a single tournament where she went at least 10 playing with such poise in her first ever Final Four. Dugalich off the bench on the drive. Doesn't get the roll. Hawkes
has a nose for the ball, pursues it, and then the savvy to collect and finish while she's getting fouled.
Holly?
The strength and conditioning coach for UCLA told us Gabriella today.
She is the winningest player in program history. Miriam Dowder getting early minutes, can't hit, rebound, controlled by South Carolina. Here's Rice, working behind Betts. Rice on the drive, beats bodies, couldn't fit. Neepkins, catch, fire, can't hit. Neepkins, one of the better three-point shooters in all of college basketball, 43. Neepkins lobs it in. Dugalich, spinning, fading. Oh, baby! What a move! Boards. UConn also got out to an 11-4 lead on South Carolina in the semifinal, just as UCLA has right now. Dowda can't finish. Hawkes, one of them. You see, she is the winningest player in program history, and while South Carolina has missed their last 6 shots. Tessa on the drive, hooks it in. We've seen all season, we saw against UConn the other night. If South Carolina needs a bucket, they go to Tessa. Wins it for the Gamecocks.
Raven Johnson has the ball in her hands ahead. Watch for Hawk on the defensive end.
McKeer coming to the tournament after she had 3 all regular season.
She averaged under 6 points per game in the regular season at 14 and a half here.
UCLA. And Abilich getting minutes here for the Bruins. Didn't play in the semis. Ledger Walker. She got it. A 16-10 UCLA lead. Okada left alone. Can't hit. Long rebound, UCLA. And
open for that three. Corey Close told us even before their game against Texas that they thought they could get that action.
Charlize Ledger Walker, one of the huge part of what the Bruins have been doing this season. Dugalich lobs it in, and Okada on the front knocks it away. Hawkes had it poked from Johnson. Really struggled to score on Friday night. McKeer gets it back. Okada? No. And Betts. Meanwhile, Alicia Tornabees, the 18-year-old freshman who joined South Carolina mid-season in. Hawkes.
They're going to allow in this game. We've been consistent. With the lineup that UCLA has on the floor, they can switch all 5 positions as you saw there.
Rice comes Neepkins. Goes baseline. Neepkins looking for an angle, finds one short. Sienna Betts, no, knocked out of bounds by...
Offensively and defensively, the multiple positions that she defends on the defensive end impacts how UCLA guards deny.
Rice short, rebound. That jumper won't go. Knocked out of bounds by Dugalich. It stays with South Carolina. And Houston. Neepkins, guarded by Latson, has size on her. Neepkins doesn't get the roll. And Latson attempts with Lauren Betts back on the bench. Here's Neepkins lobbing it in. Dugalich surrounded. Quick turn. And 4 seconds left. Rice a three. You bet! As second quarter action has started here between UCLA and South Carolina. Jaquez hooking it in. Dugalich went.
Limited sample size this year, and they had a lot of success using it against Connecticut as well.
Tessa Johnson able to end the run, and that's what took a shot. It leaves Dugalich open. Now Neepkins missed the three. No! Got it to Baker. Some good fortune
against Connecticut.
And trying to come back here with Tessa Johnson. Jaquez turns and lays. Edwards comes up with it for South Carolina. Raven Johnson in it to three, in and out. Tessa no. And Dugalich the board. Off to Neepkins. 7 to shoot. Neepkins drops it in. Gamecocks. It's 30-15. Edwards spins, dishes. McDaniel can't hit. Jackson. Jaquez doing it all. Keeps it alive. Ledger Walker no. And Dowda comes down with it for South Carolina. And now 1 of 8 from three-point range.
It feels like South Carolina's taking the shots UCLA wants them to take.
That's travel
to Johnson. She's been a good decision maker today. Tania Latson trying to get downhill.
Ravens mid-range is good. It's gone to 5 Final Fours in her collegiate career. And a whistle here against second all-time in South Carolina history in wins. Only Victoria Saxton with more. That's can't hit. Latson the board. Rice looking back at Corey Close.
An outstanding offensive rebounding team. When they miss a shot, 40% of the time, they go and get the offensive board.
Betts left alone. Connects. Points for the Bruins. Jaquez. Little bump on the drive. Betts and Jaquez were there. And Chelsea Gray sitting courtside today on ESPN as the possession arrow belongs to UCLA. Great pressure there from the Gamecocks.
That's what we're full denying the inbounds, but see if UCLA is able to handle it better than they did against Texas.
That's going to be a 10-second violation.
Offensive end.
In the corner, Edwards. Of Ledger Walker has to get it across again. Now realizes it. Has it intercepted. Latson with Johnson. And Latson lays it in. Traffic with 4. Down to 2. Dugalich going to have to hoist. Does. Got it on the rim. Nothing more is Edwards.
Defensive end to the zone and then picking up pressure.
Dishing, Jaquez can't hit. That's the O-board. They redirect it. Rice will drive and lay it in. Edwards redirects. Raven Johnson, 5 to shoot. O'Connor given space. Can't hit. Dugan points for the Utah transfer, Gianna Neepkins. Tessa connects. Letting it wind. Kicks it out. Dugalich. Back ironing off. And a foul on Duke. 5 seconds left in the first half. Johnson on the drive. 2 seconds. Johnson doesn't get it off. That'll do it. Edwards guarded by Jaquez. Raven Johnson can't hit. O'Connor the offensive rebound. And the
put it in. Always helpful to see one go.
Here's Jaquez, lobbing it in. Betts the deep catch and the easy lay. Now, Neepkins not shy from 3. That's going to be an offensive foul. O'Connor everything. Ledger Walker breaks the timeline against the pressure. And a
try to get Lauren Betts a touch inside.
Neepkins kicks. Ledger Walker can't hit. Rebound Jaquez inside. How about?
She gets to the glass. So much hustle to her game.
Deflected by Betts. And then Betts takes it away from Edwards. Johnson taken away by Rice. South Carolina a little sloppy with the basketball in this third. Ledger Walker. Turn it! And their fans have traveled well here to Phoenix. Edwards, no. Jaquez gets clobbered by kick it out. Jaquez back ironing off. Gets the rebound. Another chance for UCLA. Flau'Jae can't think.
Jaquez has just been all over the glass.
How about Gabriela Jaquez? Not Flau'Jae, as Corey Close calls her, as a matchup nightmare.
And on the defensive end as well, she allows them to switch 1 through 4. They don't do that with a smaller lineup.
Hey, what an incredible host city Phoenix has been for this Final Four. The energy. Neepkins on the attack. The pull-up. Short. Jaquez again gets in there. Dominating the glass. They are a plus 14. That was Dawn Staley's #1 key to us. That's the catch and the finish.
There's no help side defense.
Largest deficit South Carolina's faced this season. As Betts comes up with a rejection, Jaquez the lay.
They said only positivity from here out. They've got to think of what can we do instead of focusing on what they can't.
All right, good stuff, Hall, as McKeer drops it in
for South Carolina.
Again, minutes for Village. Can't hit the 3 there. Unseen, no. Tornabees flags down the rebound. It'll stay with South Carolina. We'll step aside. Midway. Ledger Walker stepped out of bounds. 7 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. Tessa Johnson in the crowd. Elevates. Wow. From this past year. Tessa with space. Pull up. That one won't go. Rice grabs the deflected rebound. Gives it up. See Lauren Betts now wearing number 26 after getting blood on her 51 jersey. Rice, pull up. Maybe got hit against this outstanding UCLA defense. Betts kicking out. Jaquez. You bet! Back to Raven. Her 3 won't go. Tornabees had it stripped by Ledger Walker. For the rhythm of their offense, the way they move the basketball, the dominance of their scoring. But
touch of basketball. So she watched film and got better at defense. That's why they've turned their defense around, right?
No doubt, Ollie. I guess that's the only one they've run. Here's Tornabees. And it's the 3. You did not see Tornabees against you. Little pull-up. Rims off. Sienna Betts, the board, kicks it out. Neepkins a 3. He's good!
Has been so incredibly impressive.
A dominant performance thus far as McKeer fouls Rice. UCLA in the bonus. 8. How?
Gianna Neepkins a transfer.
South Carolina have some fight left in them. Latson will peel back out. Knocked away this defense. Latson knocks it away. Jaquez comes up with it. 10 to shoot. Ledger Walker. Ledger Walker lays it in.
Down. South Carolina hasn't been able to do that.
Jaquez trapped, and Corey Close will take a timeout. With 29, Addison Booker to 6 points on 3 of 23 shooting. They have held Joyce Edwards to 2 points on 1 of 8 shooting.
If you have the random extra jersey, I'm just curious about the 26. I guess because nobody else has it.
Latson on the drive, gets denied by Betts. Edwards fouled. Free throws here. Edwards. It's the that'll end the third. UCLA takes a 29-point lead into the...
Like Cameron Brink, Sabrina Ionesco, Riley Jones, that got her some exposure, and she got seen by UCLA. And not only did she play here in basketball as a scholarship athlete.
Dawn Staley deploying a double big lineup here with Tornabees and Ocott. Betts 3 to shoot. Betts fading, can't hit. Torn country at just under 38%. Taken away by Jaquez. Jaquez all the way in for 2. High-fiving. Rice in some trouble, out of bounds, and UCLA will have 3 seconds to get it. After 36 years as an NCAA official, 26 Final Fours. Here's Dugalich, denied by Tornabes.
A very skilled young woman, and just having her get this experience, so when they are hopeful to be back next year, she would feel more comfortable
on their road to this national championship game. As Neepkin was in her 15th season at the helm of UCLA, and a little more than 8 minutes away from a title. Okai, oh yes. Okai misses the UCLA team that was pushed to the limit by Duke in the Elite Eight. Suffocated Texas when the
foul was called anyway.
Third foul on Raven Johnson as Rice lays it in with a point. 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Edwards bodies in, gets the roll on the reverse. Nice finish. Tessa working her way through traffic, drops it. Points. Combined, those teams have shot a paltry 29% against the Bruins. Latson loses it out of.
That's how we handled our entire regular season.
Wanted to prepare them for this moment. Neepkin's a 3. Why not? Here's Tessa Johnson, partially blocked by Betts. Edwards lays it in. You know, just put a ball in the story Holly was telling before. After that national, what kind of team we want to be. And Jaquez also told us that included Corey Close and realizing there were certain moments where she...
Every Tuesday for over a decade, she would go and see him every single Tuesday before he died. She said...
He's the floor again in this 4th quarter. Jaquez turns the corner for Gabriela Jaquez. Tornabes can't in.
With a lot of young players on the floor.
Dad's on the run. Agat McKeer, Alicia Tornabes, Miriam Dowda, Isla McDowell all getting time here as McKeer. And there's McKeer on the steal with under 4 minutes to go. McKeer gets fouled. Corey Close pointed out earlier in the week that Lauren Betts may not have transferred from Stanford to UCLA.
The top 2 rated recruits in their high school class, and what a journey they've gone on together.
Ledger Walker can't bank it in. Dugalich the rebound, fighting through. 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Jaquez, you bet! 12 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. As Ledger Walker gets called for the foul. People to know about this senior class. And she said, her group chat are about how badly we want to win. We're able to have tough conversations together as well because we know how real that love is. SEC title loss to Texas. We figured it out as a group. Remember,
ranks. This is a team and a program in South Carolina that historically has been big dominant, playing high-low action. We saw different kind of offensive.
And what they did, snapping the 54-game winning streak against UConn in the semifinals. Become just the 2nd Big Ten team to ever win an NCAA championship, joining Purdue in 1999. Muse can't finish. UCLA's 6 seniors about to experience the Ledger Walker will take the violation.